Welcome to the first World Class Championship Wrestling recap. My name is Steve Shettler. Thanks for joining me on this beautiful Thursday. Last night, a big night in wrestling in the FWA World Class Championship Wrestling, coming around for the first time with a TV show and with a new owner and commissioner and Fritz Adkins. Let's get right to it with the new show. It's called Superstars at the Sportatorium. Now, the show started with a bang as we got a huge surprise, a huge name making his appearance in World Class Championship Wrestling as rock star Razor Seether came out immediately and performed the national anthem on guitar. Again, that was Razor Seether busting out the guitar solo for the Star Spangled Banner at the Sportatorium, the world-famous Sportatorium in World Class Championship Wrestling. And then, the crowd went crazy for that. Who knew that Razor Seether, who is currently under contract with CAEW, would make an appearance in WCCW last night to kick things off for the Superstars at the Sportatorium. We then go to the first match. Ring that bell. There we go. The bell rung, and we were underway for wrestling action at the Sportatorium. We started off with tag team action. The tag team of Holy Damnation taking on the combination of Arlo Whiskey and Wiley the Kid. And things started off. This was kind of a one-sided match. Holy Damnation, Pope and Deacon got the big win over Arlo and Wiley. They pretty much dominated the action as Arlo and Wiley are heading out the door. Some insider news there. Arlo and Wiley are heading out the door of WCCW. Holy Damnation gets the win. They then laid a beat down on Arlo Whiskey and Wiley the Kid until we heard this song come through the sound system. Oh, a little Hank Williams Jr., A Country Boy Can Survive. That had the fans on their feet. As another unexpected debut last night, the Miller Brothers, Dem Miller Boys, coming out to WCCW and getting in a big brawl with the guys in Holy Damnation. They brawled until referees and security had to pull them apart. So another huge surprise. We not only started with Rockstar Razor Seether, but the Miller Boys, the current Mid-South World Tag Team Champions, came out. So who knew that they were jumping ship from Mid-South to World Class? They did that last night. Looks like that sets up a feud in the future for those two tag teams. We went from there to the World Class Control Center with Willie Mercer. Yeah, there was his intro. Kind of neat stuff going on there with Willie Mercer. In the Control Center, Willie had this news for us as the World Class World Heavyweight Championship Tournament will be taking place with first round matchups being Ace Remington versus Colt Cassidy, also Brent Fox versus Vicious Vinnie Blackstone. Fire takes on Minister Lazarus Sin, and World's Strongest Hands, Hans van der Spragen, taking on that gosh darn Godzilla, Tex Williams. World Class World Tag Team Championship Tournament first round matchups will take place in February. That features Holy Damnation against the Miller Brothers, Dem Miller Boys. That'll be a first-round matchup. Heck of a matchup going on there. And then the Wrastlin' Rebels will be taking on the combo of Chase Amherst and Magnus Derringer in the first round for that Tag Team Championship Tournament. Also, laying out the big super cards for the year for World Class Championship Wrestling. In April, Parade of Champions will be held at Texas Stadium in Irving, Texas. In August, the Stadium Spectacular at the Cotton Bowl in Dallas, and then the year will wrap up with Silent Night, Violent Night at Reunion Arena in Dallas, Texas. From there, we went back to the ring. Great singles action, great match for Chase Amherst. It was basically a showcase for Chase Amherst. He is one heck of a talent in WCCW. If it wasn't for his partner, Ace Remington, Chase would probably be the main guy in World Class Championship Wrestling. Chase demolished Walker, Texas Ranger. He hit his friendly fire finisher for the 1-2-3. Chase with the win there. And then a bit of surprise, as who knew Senor Schmitty's taco stand was going to be setting up shop in the Sportatorium. Last we saw Senor Schmitty, he was in Mexico for Lucha Revolution Wrestling. So the fine folks of Texas, they like their tacos too. They're going to get a taste of Schmitty's meat, a special sauce that he sticks in there. Senor Schmitty's taco stand at the Sportatorium in Dallas. Who would have thought that was going to happen? Yet another big surprise at the Sportatorium. From there, we had the third and final matchup of the evening. The main event was World's Strongest Hands, Hans van der Spragen.
We want to pump you up.
Hans pumping himself up with his hands, his weird obsession with his hands. Hans taking on the Galdarn Godzilla, Tex Williams. I just can't make myself say that, those bad words. Shame on whoever came up with that nickname for the gosh darn Godzilla, Tex Williams. It was a slobber knocker between these two big men, Hans versus Tex, and it ended up that Tex got frustrated during the matchup. He went down to ringside, pulled out a bull rope that was complete with a cowbell on it, pulled that out from under the ring, went back into the ring, and clanked Hans van der Spragen over the head with it, leading to the disqualification, which also led to Dixie Destroyer and the Atlanta Brawler, the Wrestling Rebels, to come out and team up with their buddy Tex Williams. The Real South is what their three-man team is known as, and they laid a beat down on Hans until Hans's hands started hulking up. I guess you could say maybe they were handsing up as Hans van der Spragen no-selling the beatdown, and he ran off Tex, Dixie, and Atlanta Brawler. Here was what Tex Williams had to say afterwards.
I got a big fat wife and 9 kids at home, and I gotta feed them.
So Tex Williams not too happy about the situation there, as Hans van der Spragen getting the DQ win over Tex. Finally, in the last segment of the evening, probably one of the biggest moments in WCCW history, Ace Remington came out to a huge applause from the crowd. Sportatorium in Dallas, Texas, going crazy for Ace Remington. This guy has been unbelievable. 2 straight months as your FWA World Heavyweight Champion. The fans love him, and everybody's loving him in World Class Championship Wrestling. Fritz Adkins, the owner of WCCW, came out and awarded Ace Remington and commemorated this special occasion by handing him a nice plaque for his 2-month reign as FWA World Champion. They also presented Ace with a new title belt for the television title in WCCW, which is now known as the Sportatorium television title. So lots happening there in the ring, lots of ceremony, lots of pomp and circumstance, until we got another surprise as Razor Seether, who started off the night with the national anthem on guitar, came out with guitar in hand, playing a guitar solo on his way to the ring, interrupting things quite rudely, actually. And he said he had a special song written for Ace Remington, and this is what it sounded like. That was his guitar bouncing off of Ace Remington's head as Ace falls to the mat, collapses to the mat in a heap, blood pouring from his head. He is knocked out cold. The fans go crazy. They are not happy at all with Razor Seether. Near riot crowd at the Sportatorium. Those Texas fans take their wrestling serious. And Razor Seether had to be escorted out of the building with police and security. As getting into and out of the ring at the Sportatorium, it's a tight squeeze in those aisles. One babyface locker room on one side of the Sportatorium, a heel locker room on the other side of the Sportatorium, and the fans were doing everything they could to get their hands on Razor Seether after that guitar shot to the head of Ace Remington. Ace was helped to the back. He was able to actually successfully defend his TV title last night after the superstars at the Sportatorium got over. And he also just barely retained his title last night. He got beat by Wicked Lester Crow out of Rocky Mountain Wrestling, but it was a countout win for Lester. So close calls for Ace Remington, but we'll see how things add up and how people react to this big situation. Razor Seether blasting Ace Remington, your FWA World Champion, with a guitar shot at the end of last night's Superstars at the Sportatorium. Big night in WCCW, big night for Fritz Adkins, the new owner. We hope you check it out on the FWA website. For World Class Championship Wrestling, I'm Steve Shettler.